And hello, and welcome back to CFS PH Impact 2024 Fall. Ako nga pala Sticky, kasama ko dito si Josuave, and nandito na tayo sa ating second series of the day after a very eventful sweep dito sa ating first series. Obviously, SPK winning against itong Vengeance, and now naandito tayo for the second game, or second series rather, of the day, and it is gonna be MattJess versus BASTEA LAN Gamer.
Yeah, I think what's very interesting about this as well is both of these teams they have that kind of penchant for some more chaotic fights. Of course, with that being said, we are done with our first series. That's SBK Vengeance 2-0 sweep. Second, now coming up next right after this, it's going to be MattJess versus BASTEA LAN Gamer. And we're going to be ending the day, capping it off with a match between Psalm 3 and X Solo Q.
You know, I mean, looking forward to that last series. Not gonna lie, feeling ko may bawi pa naman yung Somsri dito sa game natin. And yeah, and very, very interesting times para dito sa ating XQ squad who's kind of gotten a bit of redemption going, especially after yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what is gonna occur dito sa laruan natin. But first, of course, MattJess man, very impressive. Ninalo nila yung Somsri yesterday in a very eventful 3 maps. And of course, Somsri is not a joke of a team at all. He got very formidable, got a very, very high spot on the last time na nakita natin dito sa Impact. And of course, the other side, BASTEA LAN Gamer, very, very good game against itong XQ. But of course, we are gonna be introducing yung teams natin.
Yeah, that's going to be the lineup here for MattJess. I think the more impactful players here are going to be Ninkyu and Endeavor as well. Those are going to be the key players that give the most impact during the map. And Micah, we cannot forget as well, who has been having a great set of games yesterday. The amount of times that rounds were turned on their head just because of the timings that Micah has been getting across the map is something that has to be respected. It's something that has to be studied. Of course, we do have another team here that's going to be going up against yesterday's victors, BASTEA LAN Gamer. And if I'm not mistaken, Sneaky, we've been seeing some great performances out of J-Red and KRB in particular, along with ZKG.
Yeah, and honestly, ayun nga, no, KRB having a hell of a performance from yesterday's games as well. So hopefully, makabawi dito yung BASTEA LAN Gamer kasi tingin ko naman this is more of an equal matchup between the dalawang teams natin. And yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what is about to occur dito sa series. Obviously, yesterday we have seen Subbase, we have seen other interesting maps as well. So we're gonna have to see kung ano ang mangyayari dito sa series natin. But I mean, looking forward dito for another pop-up game galing dito kay KRB. And for the other side, I mean, MJB man, full of surprises. A team na I admit that I have barely any information on, pero yeah, they blindsided me with a surprise. And we have the map dito, of course. Subbase is out agad, so BASTEA is already playing it safe. And we are gonna go Black Widow Mexico.
Uy!
Mexico na agad for the second series of the day, and we're gonna end things off dito sa Ankara.
There's no way. Dude, if you told me that we would have Mexico in the first 2 picks of this series, I would not have believed you. But here we are.
Yep.
Wow. You know, honestly, I think we've only seen Mexico very few times over, not even just the last few weeks, but even the last couple of months as well, no? So this is going to be a welcome change. We'll see whether or not MattJess have a little ace up their sleeves here to go up against BASTEA LAN Gamer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Black Widow, alam mo naman yan, that's a fairly common that's a very, very common map pagdating nga dito sa Pilipinas. It's the most played map out of every map dito dito in the PH server. And of course, second map, very interesting. Mexico, of course, lots of things can happen. I think with the smoke changes, mas naging balance siguro slightly yung mapa natin, but still there is that slight bias pupunta ka dito sa GR side. And Ankara is going to be very interesting. No? I think Ankara is definitely the equalizer para sa dalawang teams natin. Obviously, BASTEA already played it the day before. So, they could pick up a thing or two considering medyo close pa naman yung game between them and XQ dito sa ating third map, man.
And I think also when you think back to yesterday's results at Matches B, they got put through the ringer, right? Three entire maps played, the possibility of a couple of overtimes as well that came through. Just because these games they took a pretty long while to really shift in favor of Matches B yesterday, which also means na the playbook will have been used out quite a lot yesterday. So there is the chance. I don't know how much research BASTEA LAN Gamer has been doing overnight, but that's what 3 hours of VODs essentially up against their opponents, and that might be a pain in the side for MattJess B here moving into this series. But their Endeavor, my God, we said this guy was going to be the key player for MattJess B, and he's starting it off hot.
Uh-huh. And damn, starting things off already. Dito sa game natin, ZKG out of the picture. Interesting para dito sa Basti that they do have the double sniper setup dito sa kanilang BL side. Endeavor, of course, on that GR first kill already. I mean, that makes it a whole lot easier para dito sa ating para dito sa ating matches B na squad. So, ano magiging reaction nila? Actually, very deep position dito sa long, galing dito kay Ninkyu. Yeah, pero di sila gagalaw, man. I mean, it's very aggressive, but aggressive discipline at the same time, pare.
Yeah. It's perfect, right? You kind of have that sense that they're very ready for any kind of eventuality, but just because of that, WKG, perfect on the timing, immediately backing off, gets Ninkyu for basically no damage done to him at all. And now this double sniper setup is something that can be easily remedied by MattJess B if they can punish the longer angles that they have to hold on to. But the problem here is that BASTEA LAN Gamer, they're not taking that kind of control on LB or on LA. The extremities of the map seem to be sort of a dry land for BASTEA LAN Gamers so far.
Alam mo na with these younger teams, man, they're just waiting to pull the trigger, waiting to go for the push. And that is one of those times. That is one of those times. That is for sure. So, B-site yata yung gustong kunin dito ng BASTEA LAN Gamer, and it's gonna take 2 flashes at most para makapasok dito sa House B. But no, they actually don't use any utility, and papasok din na lang sila dito sa loob ng site. Clid mo Hulog Ray with 1 in return at pinasok na nila ang B-site, pero alam pa nila na nandito pa sa Beater si Endeavor, pero meron pa magagaling sa likod.
No
Quickscope
way!
galing kay Ron, Mika galing sa HP. 9 seconds, hold up. Di sila makakaplant. Di sila makakaplant. Teka lang, 3 seconds, 2 seconds,
Kaya
1
ba?
second.
Abot!
Kayang-kaya. And Ron, even before the kill, honestly, yeah, they got the round on the board. I think MJP getting a bit too overzealous siguro with their map control, and BST got the first round on the board.
Yeah, there was arguably a little bit of overconfidence from MattJess B. Yeah, they were able to force BASTEA LAN Gamer to use up all the time on their clock to even get onto that site, right? But I think the problem was they didn't really check everything, right? There was not enough diligence throughout the map to worry about, say, where Ron was coming from, who was not expected. I mean, Endeavor had his pants down when he got taken down, and just the sheer amount of, I don't know what it is, right? Whether or not it's nerves. Kasi there, like you said, no, there was a lot of dry peeking from BASTEA LAN Gamer, and that should be very punishable. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out for MJB.
Yeah, and there's not really any like supporting flashes no galing sa mga side players from the side of MJB. So I really thought, I think they really think that they could just defend it with their guns. Unfortunately, there's 3 people dito sa loob ng HP, 1 person sa metal box, and he got instantly taken out. So, ayun nga, the equation is not correct para dito sa ating MJB na squad. So, fortunately, they are gonna do a bit of a disconnect just to check yung ping, just in case that it has been spiking up from time to time. But I think we're just gonna get back into the swing of things very, very soon. Pero yeah, MJP, that's just a discipline thing, honestly, para sa kanila dito.
Yeah, and of course, MattJess B being kind of new to the scene right now in Impact, right, having gotten this far into the top 8. Same thing goes for what we saw earlier, right, out of Vengeance. They're being put to the test up against some of the best teams in the region, in the country. And now, because of that, they need to learn how to play Crossfire at a much more cerebral level, at a much higher level, right? Where you have the proper protocols. Your entry has to be set up properly. You have to check out all the angles that might be set up by the opposing team, whether or not you're on the GR on the BL side. And because of that, right, the lack of utility that we saw out of MattJess B in that round is something that has to be solved. And I mean, to be fair, if you've been playing the game for long enough, it's a pretty easy thing to solve, right? Because sometimes you just forget about it and focus on your guns, but it's a five-man game. You have to play as a team now. You're at the tier 2 of the Philippine region, and because of that, then you need to stick to your guns, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's a discipline thing as well, galing dito kay Ninkyu. Granted, you guys got the first kill dito sa round, but I think you don't want to play that long box position, especially it's wooden, it's wall bangable, so
Yeah.
napakadali kung i-check kung meron tao doon or hindi. Just poke it a bit with an M4 and see kung lalabas pa yan dito sa kill feed. So I really think na they should have just held dito sa may long, possibly terrace, but I think they're trying to put as much map pressure as possible dito sa BASTEA LAN gamer. Problema nga lang, I mean, Basti was just waiting for any of the players to go too far forward, and then they got the pick off just in time. So medyo nasayang yung 5v4 na na-produce dito ng sniper ng MJP sa simula ng round natin. So yeah, I mean, just a bit more calm of a defense sana para sa side ng MJB dito, and I think they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think the discipline is there. It just needs to be reinstated a little bit more, right? Because yeah, I mean, it worked out at the start of the round, but they got too excited. Which is, you know, sometimes it does happen, but it's easy to remedy. Here now, Endeavor out in the open. Possibility of being taken down here by a sniper, but he does not. And this initial duel in mid is something that's kind of getting repetitive, right? So I think the idea here from Endeavor was to try and bait out a shot and maybe back off. And it does work out, albeit at the cost of quite a lot of HP on his side. So MattJess B, they're going to have to bolster their defense here, play behind their alliance with ZKG. He will take down the sniper on the side of MattJess. And now the problem is, look how far forward they are, Sneaky. I know that these guys, they're a very proactive team, but the problem is, they're easily punishable here. Now, no Ninkyu coming out of nowhere. Look at that flank. Great crunch coming in from them, off on the back of all that pressure coming in from mid. Now Ninkyu out in the open, sprayed down, flashed out, cannot see a single thing. Si J Red, 2v4 here. And look at that utility, pare. We call this out, Sneaky. It's so funny. We just finished saying MattJess B need to bring out the utility, and they do. And that's how they get that perfect round.
Yeah, and I think yung lahat ng attention ng BSC dito ay napunta dito sa mid, unfortunately. And yeah, that was just a really good timing flank galing dito kay Ninkyu. No one was looking at him at all, taking out the player dito sa may talunan and dito sa high mid. So Endeavor is already out of the picture to start ng round. So the sniper is trying to go for a quick peek out dito sa long, pero unfortunately, apat yung nakadungaw dito sa long A natin. So they're probably just gonna leave their own sniper dito sa may long side. And para sa akin, MJB should just respond with a good old solid A defense. And that's pretty good already. Meron isa dito sa hagdan, isa dito sa short, just in case na may lalabas dito sa A site. But I like what BST is doing as well. Just spreading out dito sa may B site, possibly getting mid control, and a B split could actually happen, knowing apat na lang yung kalaban nila dito.
Yeah, that start is going to be a good one for them. But it still depends on whether or not they can get this space. Because look, now they have that control of LA. They've made it all the way in terrace, so they know this part of the map is safe. But the problem is, right, they're kind of poking and prodding in the wrong direction. Having said that, the problem is now as well, for MattJess B, if they get too overzealous, which they have been in the past, we've seen it yesterday, we saw it in round 1, it's something that can be punished. But calling just halting the round, that pause, the pump fake, if you will, is something that may be a little bit too deep for MJB to worry about. Because look at this, they've essentially been paralyzed on the sites. At wherever it is, the angle that they're going to be holding on, they have not moved. Walking all the way out forward, ZKG takes him down without a thought. That's so much time on the board, though. 5 seconds, Micah out in the open takes them down. 1 KRB answering back. That's going to be the 4-man swing coming in from the side of BASTEA LAN Gamer, making their way inside of the site now. Ray left inside of the window, cannot connect a single shot. Second round, BASTEA LAN Gamer.
I really don't like this galing sa MJB. They're just getting hit with some really nice teamwork galing sa side ng BST dito. And you can see positioning the BST, right? They took long A as 4 players. They took short as 2 players. But unfortunately, Ron not expecting itong si Endeavor. Before that smoke plumed all the way, he already has the angle. And you can see the name through it for just a second. And unfortunately, ZKG has to pick up the sniper. Apat na lang para dito sa side ng BST. And usually when you get the first pick dito sa Impact, your chances of winning gets higher dito sa round natin.
Yeah, you've seen it again. But this time it's the other way around, right? With Ron being taken down early, one of the 2 snipers of BASTEA LAN Gamer who have been taking the longer angles on the extremities of Black Widow, it's kind of going to be a big problem for them because now they can essentially take any kind of space they want because now MJB, it's a little bit of an opposite, right? The reverse of the last round. You've already got one making their way all the way onto terrace. And the exploration from BASTEA LAN Gamer, at least what it looks like right now, very individualistic, trying to find information on different points on the map before deciding where to go. The mid-round calling has to be stellar here for them to even create that kind of opportunity to get themselves onto the sites.
Yeah, but there's no reason to move para dito sa MJP, and Ninki is gonna overextend, of course. Mika gonna be a bit desperate for a refrag. But just like how I said it, they don't need to move at all. Ang ganda na ng depensa sana nila dito sa A site with 1 player dito sa may metal box in the name of Endeavor. And they could have just held long as 2 people. Pero Endeavor, medyo agresibo ang kanyang angle dito. He has to watch both long and short at the same time because of Ninky's mistake. Pero tignan mo naman yung BST. They're playing it extra safe. They know that they still have plenty of time on the round para gumawa dito. And one of the players is gonna switch back to the M4. Pero Mika makikita na kasi WKG. How did that happen?
Yeah. Different on the rhythm that they've taken out through the window. J-Red, my God! Raining down bullets from the sky, taking down 2. And another follow-up coming from KRB. Now, here the sniper in the hands of Endeavor. Working out very well. Micah, there's going to be pressure coming in from storage. They take him down eventually. And there it goes. Great retake here, not giving BST the chance to even get into their post-plant positions. That's the kind of breakneck pace we've been needing out of MattJess B.
Yeah, very buggy round, not gonna lie. I have no idea how Micah got that kill. I think Nando's Talunan, and I think he got that angle just in time for one of the bridge players. So another 4 long control. Para side ng BST, they even got the boost going. It's a big box and the 3-man peek on towards the long side, and this could be a big mistake para sa MattJess B. Micah na andito na nga sa Hagdan and Endeavor. Great shots with Mika dito sa A side, and they could still defend it. Somehow this turns into a 2v2. Micah nasa loob ng smoke. Pero alam niya ba na meron nalilikod sa kanya dito? Micah just getting distracted. And Ron has got the flank going. A very fast round.
Man, I don't know about you, but it's looking like it's really mano a mano right now. BASTEA LAN Gamer, yeah, they do have the lead, but it's almost immediate, right? The way that the adjustments are coming in for both teams is a lot faster than you would have seen yesterday. And I like this. That means that there's some sort of level up between series, between matches for these teams. And it's only, again, it's only day number 2. We're very excited to see what's going to be going on. ZKG, again, punishing the overzealous defense coming in from MJB. WKG here to trade out his comrade. But now Ray Endeavor left alone here. Sniper on his own. Try and fend off the entire squad of BASTEA LAN Gamer here. It's the same thing. They're expecting him here out of mid. And now he has to worry about so many other long edges of the map that he has to check out, because you never know where they're coming from. You're fully outnumbered and very little utility to be asked for as well. So it might be a little too much for him. Although BASTEA LAN Gamer, they're really playing with the patience of MJB here.
Yeah,
getting out a shot, and that's info.
They just know. But then na sila mag-B-side dito. At most, you're just gonna smoke doors and find an opportunity dito sa loob ng B-side. So Endeavor's gonna get close. J-Red spotting him out dito sa my door side. Ron's gonna end things off. And a very risky short play, in all honesty, no? galing dito sa side ng MJB, they wanted to end things at least maybe a 4v2 to start ng round natin, but very nice backup and very nice sniping from the side of BST, and they're running the triple sniper setup this time para i-punish yung push na ginagawa dito ng MJB. So they're really trying to call out this MJB aggression kasi yun nga, no? MJB's response is usually not like any other team where pag masyado kayong aggressive in one round, then you go passive in the other round. MJB is like, all right, we'll just take another detour, probably lead this along or sa B to find a way forward.
This is great for Basti. It means that they're finally getting some kind of momentum. What is that triple sniper? What in the world is this? These kinds of games that BASTEA LAN gamer are very willing to play may be that secret weapon that they have up against MJB, because they have quite a lot of different looks here when it comes to the team. And ZKG, the back of that flash, taking down Mika.
And these overpeaks, man, starting to hurt itong MJB. And because of that overpeak, 1 or 2 members are gonna start to see if they can make an aggressive play happen. And NQ has been doing that time and time again. So feeling ko ine-expect na dito ng BST yung ginagawa dito ng MattJess. And now, they're still looking for any other player na gusto pang pumasok dito sa extremities ng kanilang mga sides, pero wala talaga eh. Like BSTs, they're just in active punish mode, pare.
Yeah. With Mika, again, too overzealous, and we've been seeing quite a lot from Mika, right? But the problem is also the kind of pressure that NinQ is giving on the map is something that has become predictable for BASTEA LAN. Now Metal Box held on to by Ray. Too many people on the other side. Spray down coming in from them, but it's just too much.
This round's over.
Yeah, in a span of just a few seconds, BASTEA LAN gamer, they flood out through the gates. And man, MattJess just could not respond. So this kind of
very puggy
look, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's very, very puggy. And MattJess still, they just refuse to play passive whatsoever. Mika, gusto pa mag-push dito sa may BS natin. And WKG is already staring at yung position ni Micah dito. So they know exactly where the one player of MattJess is. So nades are gonna start to fly. That nade is gonna go nowhere. And smoke on top of the roof. That's one way to do it. But okay, RB peeking out from the frame side, and look at this, man. No one leaving the base para sa side ng BST, and a very slow scope galing kay Endeavor. So he has to go out immediately before he gets poured on by the BST members. And the only person defending itong B side ay si Ray, but I don't think yun yung pakay dito ng ating BST na squad. Instead, they want to go short. Good shot galing kay Endeavor. And very reckless yung ginawa dito ng BST. No nades, no nothing dito sa may short side to try and clear anyone out. Pero si Ron, nakuha na nga si Ray. It's just overextension, overextension, pare.
Yeah. I mean, this map is, it's supposedly one of the more normal maps, but I guess it's, right now, it's just a current clash in the game style for these two teams. Yeah. Very puggy, very scrappy these rounds as well. And now the problem here for BASTEA LAN gamer, they've lost so much time. They've lost quite a few members. But I don't know what's going on. MJB, you could have just sat in your RS, but it's not happening. And then it's going to be up to Endeavor here. They've given away free kills to BST, the C4 on the way out. Oh my god, what in the world is that? This guy can hear them in the walls. And now 30 seconds left here in the round. It's going to be up to Endeavor. Catches that cross coming from KRB. There's a little bit of chip damage now. The duel for the decade right now. Waiting for them to go all the way out. The nade and the kill from Endeavor here. Stopping the bleeding for MattJess B.
Yeah, and 5-3 for the boys over at MattJess B. Some of these rounds, man, are not going the way that we expected whatsoever.
No way, man.
Ayun nga, like, you expected the MattJess B to just start holding like how they do dito sa round natin, but then, you know, a short push happens, BST gets blindsided, but not really. Ina-expected nila to, that's why the triple sniper comes out. ZKG getting absolutely belted dito sa long with that double long take.
And Sneaky, I did not think you were going to see this kind of series today, knowing that I think BST at least has a little bit more experience, but you know, if it works, it works. Spaghetti strat for both teams, I guess.
Yeah, kasi sinabi ko, this is very pubby yung game natin. and it's playing out like a pub at the moment. So
And it's so slow too.
there's not really any set defense. Yeah, BST is just trying to
They're just
punish any
exploring.
active crossers, man.
It's more of a question here that the rounds, you'll see whether or not they can get good timings on them, right? Because the way that they're approaching map control, right? Both these teams, they don't apply pressure. They do not throw out any kind of fake utility or some fake shots. They try and bait out rotations. It just seems to be the question of who peeks out and who gets that first shot, who gets that kill, who gets the headshot first. Because, I mean, at least these two teams, we know that they have shooters on both sides. But look at this position from ZKG. Good shot here. Takes down NinQ.
They're gonna retake
But again,
short.
it's again they're gonna take this slow push. Yeah, from them. Oh my God, Ray! Out into two crosshairs. They're falling one at a time. Yeah, it's another basket round, I think. Unless no, what?
Yep, it's a nasty round, man. This is, as much as that's a good shot galing dito kay Endeavor, man, there's already too many players on the screen. And it's definitely a game. It's definitely a game, pare.
It's definitely one of the games of all time, yeah.
It's definitely a game that we are casting right now. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's weird, right? Kagaya nga na sinabi ko, some of these teams they like to play the pubby type of way.
They do it on purpose,
And
yeah.
first time ko yata makita na yun nga, no, yung dalawang teams na parang
It's both sides, yeah.
very pubby yung kanilang playstyle. There's not really any, kagaya na sinabi ko, there's not really any set defense. The setups are pretty much random dito sa mga rounds natin. And I like what BST is doing, man. Yun nga, actively trying to punish yung more forward style na ginagawa dito ng MJP. Obviously, yun nga, halos lahat ng players gusto manlason dito, but then what happens when every single player is expecting yung ginagawa niyo dito sa mapa natin. And since wala yung sub base, which I think would benefit itong playstyle ng MattJess more, hindi yun nga, they might need to slow it down, but I really feel like knowing na ganun talaga yung playstyle dito ng MattJess, they are gonna pump the pace dito sa laruan natin, especially nasa TL side na sila.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a lot of rounds that could have been thrown the other way as well. Like, see, for example, I think it was a 3v3, right? Wherein matches we were able to take down a couple of players from DST. But, man, sometimes when you get that first kill, sit back and relax. But of course, yeah, we are now approaching the second half of this lobby, of this map. And possibly it's going to be better conditions for MattJess. Of course, we do know them as a team that takes a while to warm up. And they also did warm up towards the second half of this same map yesterday. I would not be surprised if they start turning up now. Because it has to happen now. Otherwise, you know, BST is just showing better results at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yun nga, no, there's got to be a reason why natalo nga itong Somsri on this time. And Somsri did beat itong MattJess sa mapa na to. Granted, I think they really did a great job of just punishing them accordingly. Just a bit dangerous yung map Ankara siguro if we ever go to that point. Pero Exco is definitely gonna be interesting, no, considering how MattJess is playing at the moment. And I wonder if that is really yung true counter ng mga teams kagaya nga ng BASTEA LAN Gamer, where it is very hard to hold as GR side dun sa mapa na yun if nag-greet nga na kalaban niyo yung pacing nyo dito sa kanilang PL side. So, yeah, titignan pa natin, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, the beauty of Impact, again, I keep saying this again and again, but it just proves true. Every time I have to say it, it just has to be made as a point that a lot of these teams, we don't know much about them. Right? MattJess one match online, one match broadcasted. So what more can you study from that point, right? And there's always the possibility of, you know, maybe some pocket scouts, maybe a lot of homework being done, which is kind of the small advantage that the newer teams who have made it into Impact have up against the ones that have been longer standing. You know, shout out to Vengeance as a new entry into Impact. I think we had 3 seasons of them attempting to get in but never getting in, and now they're finally here. And
Yeah.
MattJess trying to prove themselves as not just the little brother of MattJess main roster.
For sure. I mean, kaya nga no, with Loy unfortunately leaving yung main roster natin, it's bound to be one of these players, right? Probably replacing yung spot dito ni Loy, and obviously everyone's playing aggressive. Maybe they want to prove something dito sa series natin, but at the same time, if you become easily punishable, then that's gonna be bad news. And para naman sa BASTEA LAN gamer, right? I really feel like maganda naman yung kadalang depensa dito sa mga mapa natin. So it's gonna be a tough one. Ron getting si Endeavor.
My God.
What is happening?
Yeah. What it started. Yep. They got a little problem, but
That
if
should
I'm
be
not
a
mistaken,
round.
yeah, it should be
Yun nga.
counted as a round as per our rule set. If a kill has hit the kill feed, then it is counted. Right?
Sir, the first shot of the has hit the first player. Pero yun nga, shout out to Aiden, man. Nagpapa-shoutout siya dito sa chat. And yun nga, that's gonna be my only shoutout for the day. So, ayun nga, I don't know what happened. Siguro yun nga, it's classic internet problems na naman. Server's been all over the place in all honesty. Today doesn't feel the best. So, baka yun nga, yung mga teams natin are also feeling it at the same time. So, titignan natin. I mean, that's just unfortunate na MattJess might probably lose yung round na to, considering na yung first pick off already happened. So, really don't know what's gonna be the fall dito sa mga teams, unfortunately. But I mean, if the rulebook does suggest that that is the thing, then unfortunately, kailangan na lang nila tanggapin. So,
yep. Rules are rules.
So 73? Yeah, 73
should be,
yeah.
If our correct knowledge, I'm calling it correct already, of the rulebook is as it is, what I said, as I stated, then yeah, that's gonna be the first round in the second half for our for BASTEA LAN gamer to get that lead a lot farther, which is unfortunate. Of course, they need to only get 3 rounds now that the BL side, which I think should be a more favorable side for MattJess and their playstyle, then they're really gonna have to pick it up.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, yun nga, no, Mexico is going to be map number 2. And if they have internet problems from that map 2, which definitely I like yung chances dito ng ng squad natin of MattJess B, then yun nga, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to wait it out. But, of course, sana naman makalaro yung MattJess B, man. I really want to see what their Mexico looks like, especially Filipino Mexico looks very the same. Or looks very different, rather. Very different kumpara sa mga ibang regions. It's like, suntukan kung suntukan dun sa mapa na yun. Setups are siguro, like, they're pretty minimal siguro sa mapa na yun. Whoever just gets the first shot off probably is gonna win yung round. So yeah, hopefully they can get back into the swing of things. Pero yun nga, BST, I mean, good job on the guys. They banned sub base, and feeling go, and that's one of the steps in beating this MJB squad, man.
Yeah, I think there's also for MGB, there's just a very, very high potential ceiling for this team. But it's gonna take some time to really eke out, right? They need to go through that grind of figuring out, okay, where are we good? How do we stand compared to the other teams in Impact? And then further develop from there, right? Because I think when it comes to an individual level, yes, they can go toe to toe. But the macro is not necessarily there just yet for this team. It's something that needs to be worked on for quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Running out of conversation here, man. Let's talk about the next series. Yeah. So, guys, Somsri versus XOLOQ. XU is looking pretty good. Somsri, obviously lost yung kanilang first series dito against itong MJP squad. And, yeah, I mean, they won Black Widow. So, that's a good thing siguro. Pwede natin tawagin dito. Had a pretty close affair for map 2 and 3. But yeah, Somsri, I guess they have to be a bit more picky pagdating sa kanilang Matics, especially when you're up against XQ, who is also another really strong Ankara team after sa nakita natin kahapon. We're probably praying na Jake doesn't pop off once again kasi she was the MVP from yesterday's games. So, yeah, kung di mo pop off dun si Sab, then probably gonna be a different story. Kim, of course, mad at himself, was talking to him dun sa FFA earlier, and he was like, oh, he's enjoying your entry role, man, that's for sure. But him being on 900 DPI is very interesting choice, especially fully knowing yung mga ibang mga players natin. Like yung nga si KSA who's on 1600 DPI, 6 in-game cents. You know, gonna try to swing around a lot faster. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see kung kaya niya bang pumawi ng mabilisan dito. But rest of the EXO look is looking good. Somdri though, I really feel like it has to be a comeback game, or it has to be a great comeback para dito kay QRL. Obviously, he played well. OB needs to step up as well. We need to see some stuff galing dito kay XX. So, yeah, hopefully we do see possibly an Angara, maybe a Black Widow, maybe a port. Honestly, XU is really good support as well. So, ayaw yata daanan ng Somsi squad yung map na yun. But, yeah, I don't know what's happening. So, I don't know what's happening, guys.
Yeah, we're just yapping out here.
Internet moment. Hindi po kami ang may kasalanan dito, guys.
So don't blame us.
Do not blame us. Nagpapahaba lang kami ng stream dito.
Yeah, we're just here to make sure it's not too boring, right? So welcome to our TED Talk.
Is it here? Is it there? Ayan na ba?
Are we here?
The things disappeared? It might just be. Ayan na nga.
Yes.
And Endeavor's dead again. Okay. So they're just gonna keep it at 6 and 3. Siguro tinanong nila yung BST, they're like, do you guys want to count that round? They're like, hell nah.
Nah, I don't count. But anyway, yeah. The main sniper being the first to fall on the side of both BST, apparently. Yeah, so MJB, having lost the sniper early here and getting a little bit too overzealous on the longer lines, they're getting punished quite a lot, right? And I think I think Endeavor, he really needs to work on not doing it every round. Because if you're expected on that same angle every time, right? And the fact that currently BSC, they're running a double, triple sniper setup, that is something very possible to just upset those longer angles, right? LB, LA, or even on terrorists, right? Then MattJess, we do not want to be playing into that. Knowing that you have so many players that have the ability to play on the sniper on the enemy team, then MattJess, they need to be a little bit more, if not disciplined, to go the shorter routes. Then at least use your utility to get the snipers off of that line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There we go. That's a good start.
Yeah. It's been a we've been getting this high noon Mexican standoff in the middle of the map for the longest time in this map. Oh my! KRB, and look at that. A couple of kills coming from NQ, perfect on the timing at the back of the utility. MattJess B. Yeah, it's great. We called it out earlier in the game. Now that it's the second half, they still follow the advice, right? Apparently, throwing out all the utility at the perfect timing, and Clid, my God, with the double kill to clean up that round. And MattJess B, not dead in the water just yet.
Alright, it's the first pick. Whoever gets the first pick, that is where it is the way to go. So I wonder if lalaban pa ba ng BST dito sa may frame area natin. Seems like no is the answer. They're just gonna keep it standard dito sa kanilang depensa, and I think they realize when they just hold, probably would work. But a bit of a smoke leads to B side. They're gonna go at it quick.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna send it. You need to worry about. Oh my God, Ron! I was about to say, and before I can even say his name, he gets one kill. Now Micah on the other side. At the punish, and they do, but the problem is that so many people have fallen on the side of MattJess B right now. Clint and Endeavor are gonna have to do God's work right now. The C4 dropped inside of storage. At least for them, they do have a little bit of space, and they are aware of the positioning of the remaining members of BST. The problem is whether or not they can get past this metal box that WKG is holding on to. And that angle by ZKG, it's so small, but you cannot count it out because there's, as you saw earlier, the damage done by that was a lot. Now, great nade coming in from Endeavor to eliminate one of the players from BST. Trying to slowly equalize the amount of manpower on each side. Now the flash. Counter flood coming in from BST here. They check out Endeavor, who is going to be flashed out and killed. And now, Clid, what do you even do? In the middle of storage, so many windows, hopping and jumping here to take him down. BST get the 8.
All the way up to 8 para dito sa BST. And 2 more points away. I mean, yun nga, no, if they just hold. then that could be the way to go. ZKG spotting out itong mid side natin. Has to be careful about the player coming out. Hindi na-expect si Baikan na lumabas dito na mid. But a very quick trade galing kay KRB. Also looking at
What?
that long side. Nakuha na rin si Ninkyu.
Grabe
And
to.
the rest of MJB is just gonna pour on dito sa may long side natin. KRB looking for more dipping dito sa may slope side natin. But he gets taken down eventually. Endeavor as well. Nagkasagutan na nga dito sa A site. And Clid, the only one left alive.
Again.
Oh,
Doesn't even get the chance to plant the C4 yet, man. There's too many corners to worry about.
Yeah,
And have you
that's
only
worry about
spotted out the
window as well.
sniper? Yeah. And WKG is already here. Now that he's gonna plant it, they should be checking this angle. There you go, as expected. And that's 1 point away from taking set 1.
Yeah, this is not looking good para sa MJB. I mean, chances are sa map 2 sila babawi, but Endeavor off spawn. Getting tong sa ZKG, good positioning in front of that frame. Pero yun lang, Ray matadamay rin. Ron already having that position at napunta na nga dito si KRB as well. For the retaliation, Endeavor trying to get the trade. Nate's gonna go through and he's gonna go aggressive. And Ninkyu, na andun rin pero P9, P5 na lang dito ng BST. Ang MJB dito sa long A and a very swift Black Widow ang ating map 1.
That was a very solid defense out of BASTEA LAN gamer. We saw, I think, the flaws more on the BL side para sa kanila. But yeah, the quick adaptations and I think maybe the inexperience of MattJess as well really played into the hands of this team, taking that first map in the series.
Yeah, and ayun nga, this is quite the random things na ginagawa dito ng MJP all across the map. How would I say this? They're really just trying to send it and trying to see kung makakuha sila ng mga first kills dito. But unfortunately, ayun nga, no, ina-expect na dito ng BASTEA LAN gamer na they're gonna go for the puggy style. So they're gonna just hang back and wait for the mistakes na gagawin dito ng kanilang kalaban, which is the appropriate reaction naman pagdating sa ganun na laruan.
Yeah. To be fair, I think the amount of willingness that you could see out of MJB to just shift things around every single round, right? I think it did catch BASTEA LAN gamer by surprise at the first half of our map. But once they had the more controlled side, right? Once the time pressure was something that was on the side of MJB, then they really need to worry about how they approach the map control, how they're able to just change things up, because sometimes you kind of just need to stick to one game plan, which unfortunately for them it seems to not be the case. And we called it yesterday, the spaghetti strat right now, a little bit overcooked, because if of course BST were able to do the research over last night, they should know that sticking to a sort of normal, so to speak, style of playing here on Black Widow is something that is of course better when you're playing up against a more inexperienced team.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough, man. It's tough in all honesty. I mean, I think kahit anong gawin talaga ng MJB doon, I mean, other than slowing down, right? They really just can't handle yung depensa dito ng BASTEA LAN gamer. I think everyone was on point. I think at most, yung mga kills na nakukuha dito ng MJB were from off the jump. Kagaya na nakikita natin kanina with Endeavor, who spawned right in front of frame, so he got a free shot on one of the players. But still, despite yung numbers advantage na naproproduce nila dito sa mga ibang rounds natin, I really feel like it's very, paano ba sabihin to? It's very unoptimized gameplay galing dito sa MJB, man.
The amount of space that they have to actively take to even create that kind of pressure for VST is something that, like you said, it's unoptimized, right? You need to be a little bit more efficient in, like, of course, number one, the utility that you're using, the timings that you're taking, right? And the number of kills necessary to really convert around in your favor is very apparent, right? That there has to be a Herculean effort from MJB to even convert said rounds. So maybe, I don't know if this next map is gonna be in the favor of the game style that MJB plays right now, but of course there's definitely a lot of room for growth, because you can see that when it comes down to it, of course MJB, they're a team of shooters, right? They have They have a great sniper in the form of Endeavor. You got Mika as well doing some great work on the flank. But right now, they're not looking like more than the sum of their parts. Right? It's more of, okay, Endeavor's popping off right now, Mika's popping off right now, and everyone else is not kind of supporting that system, or maybe the lack thereof of a system for MJB as a team needs to be developed over the next few weeks. Of course, this is what their second round or their second match in the group stage, so we know that there's still gonna be time for MJB to develop and hopefully clinch that top four playoff spot at the very least.
Yeah, I just really wish na para dito sa MJB man, someone comes in and says na, hey guys, we need like a system or something dito sa team na to kasi yeah, we're really good at shooting, man, pero yung problema nga lang, yun nga, no, when you have a team that has, yun nga, prior experience pagdating sa mga tournaments kagaya ng Impact and yung mga ibang LAN games na nakikita natin from the side of BASTE, I mean, they know how to deal with these types of teams, man. And ayun nga, now with sub-base out of the picture, Mexico naman yung sagot dito ng MJB. Ayun nga, if yung BASTE has a really solid first half dito sa mapa na to, then they can just probably tilt them off the face of the earth. Pero ayun nga, I mean, I just want to see more galing dito sa MJB, man, not whatever I saw dito sa Black Widow.
Yeah, there's yeah, I don't know, man. I think they caught, of course, Psalm 3 by surprise yesterday, but the problem is, I think the more solid base of the kind of games that Psalm 3 was playing was not necessarily the best out of them, and some shots were just getting missed as well, right? So you can't, or at least to me, right, Crossfire has grown to a point where it doesn't depend on whether or not you get that duel, but we've already evolved past that point. The scene in Impact has also evolved past that point, which means that now you need to work out past the basics, right? Not just the shooting, but on top of that, right, the macro, utility, right, the way that you're setting the entries, and of course, on top of that, developing and innovating throughout season of Impact is something that is to be asked for from Impact teams.
Yeah, but yun nga, no, granted, with the youth of this team, I think they probably just want to have fun dito sa tournament natin.
Yeah.
They qualified at the end of the day still out of like 104 and 73 teams dito sa qualifiers natin. So it's still a pretty strong showing para sa MJB.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully this young roster, they don't stop here. Because yeah, they finally stepped on the big stage, but now they need to be able to step further. Of course, you have the achievement, you have the secured kind of slice of that prize pool. But in order to achieve greatness, right, you need to aspire for more. You need to
abandon that puppy playstyle, man, kasi
yeah,
that's not how competition at this level works. Granted, levels all over the place dito sa Impact. I mean, the best teams obviously have the best systems in place. But of course, we're gonna take a look at yung set summary natin. Endeavor obviously carrying the brunt of the offense para sa kanyang team. Micah had some good rounds as well, but the rest of the squad kind of fell off a bit. Pero para naman sa BASTE LAN gamer, I think it was like a 1v1 between Ron and Endeavor every time sa start ng round. So, ayun nga, whoever gets the first pick galing sa kanilang dalawa dito, then the chances of winning gets higher for any of these teams. So, yeah, just a pretty good old standard game. So, Ron's probably gonna get yung set MVP for this first one kasi, the sniper did the most work, man.
Yep. True. I mean, look at the numbers here. And yeah, man, numbers don't lie. Look at that. Kill per round, 1.14. I think the highest among his entire team here. But on top of that, right, he's been holding those angles that we mentioned quite a lot during the map, right? When you're on LA, on LB as well. Those are the things that you need to worry about. Just because of the fact that MattJess B, they do not have the tendency of throwing out utility before peeking out some dangerous angles, right? And if you're not able to make that sniper vacate their current position, then things go sideways, and they go sideways fast.
Yeah, for sure. Pero ayun nga, no, Mexico's definitely a map na pwede bumawi dito yung MattJess B on. It is a map that is very similar dun sa sub-base where yung medyo reckless nila na gameplay can definitely have more benefit on. BST is actually gonna start things off dito sa BL side, which is very interesting. Kasi, ayun nga, GR side is usually the side that does win the most dito sa map na to. Problem is, if BST gets 2 rounds dito sa first half, then MJB might be in trouble, man.
Nades out, coming in from Jared. What in the world is that? Zero respect,
Yup.
double kill coming in from him. Ninkyu trying to answer back, but he's not going to be able to equalize just yet. And it is going to be that firing shots coming in from both sides. The shooting gallery, if you will, pare. 2v4 now here. Endeavor pushing all the way out, taking down WKG. But he's alone now.
Yep.
And that's going to be it.
I have a funny anecdote. Galing sa kasama ko when we played the bet game. Dito sa Mexico, to be specific, that Ali A never fails. And that's obviously a lie. But when you pull it out sa first round, and hindi in-expect dito na matches, usually you see a lot of fights dito sa center mid. And you just expect na merong straight up suntukan dito sa may mid side natin. But unfortunately, it wasn't there. So they're just gonna send it on A again. Why not, man? It works. Pero mas aware na dito yung MattJess B on what can occur dito sa A side. Not the shotgun.
Honestly,
Not the
honestly,
shotgun,
Sneaky?
man. Mexico.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Of course, Mexico, I've said we don't necessarily enjoy this map too much. And I think you guys can see why. The puggy playstyle for MJB, yeah, it might be good for them on the BL side here, but
They're
the
gonna
speed
send it
at which,
again.
yeah, they're gonna do it again. There's no
No.
respect for how MJB are playing this right now.
No. They're going Walters this time. Alright. Why, first of all, why is Endeavor sending it? Why, man? Just hold it, man. You guys have the better angles dito sa mapa na to. Maybe Endeavor is trying to get the first pick, trying to get away in time, pero not how you play this map.
Yeah, a little messy. Ray does get a kill here to try and equalize things. Mike on the outside. No,
There we go. Mexico.
finally. Some trades coming on for MJB. But, of course, it's ZKG alone right now. The size of the map, right? A lot smaller than usual. Something that most people will not be used to. He has to worry about several different angles, several different avenues that MattJess can use to, wait, what was that? Yeah.
Yep, Mexico. Yeah, just run into the wrong spot. You don't get instant 2 kills. The round is just over para sa inyo dito. And Waters is not really the best position to start things off in dito sa mapa na to. So, it'll be very interesting to see how PSD is gonna respond. So, ito na nga, the classic wait for 2 minutes dito sa center mid. Ay. This map, man.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say right now, right? I mean, there's really no rhyme nor reason to how both of these teams are playing right now, and I think the idea from MattJess, right, is to try and counter their aggression with more aggression. Fortunately, it has worked out quite a lot, but right now, because they've started to see what the tendency for BASTEA LAN gamer is, they do have an answer. There's finally utility being thrown out here by MJB, and because of that, BASTEA LAN gamer need to think a little bit longer about what they want to do. But the kills are still going their way somehow.
Endeavor killed the ego, man. Switch to the
There's no
M4.
shot. No
Ayun na nga.
shot!
Just switch to the M4, man. Come on, no reason to go get an AK sa mapa na to. Oh, it just hurts my head. It hurts my head every time na nag-AK yung mga players sa mapa na to. And there we go, Ninkyu. These can try to bring it back, but he's on 1 HP, barely breathing. And 3-1 para dito sa BST. I hate it, man. I hate it. I hate AKs on this map. This includes you, Pacific Mapta. Hindi kayo safe dito. But man,
honestly,
the amount of wall banks you have to do dito sa mapa na to, like, you just have, it's a no-brainer. You just have to use the M4.
Yeah. I don't even know. Honestly, at this
Shotgun.
point,
Yeah, just use a shotgun, man.
if it works, man. And again, just BST fully disrespecting
Yep.
whatever possible setup it is there for MJB. But right now, they are still answering back in queue. Hello? Good morning, good sir. Doing a lot of damage on
What?
WKG alone.
Alright.
Somehow, he does get the plant to C4. Huh?
I bet they don't know na may WKG is in this exact position. They're gonna try to look for him.
They should. There hasn't been a plant just yet. But he's so low, dude. Should be able to hear that plant sound. Yeah, 40 seconds on the clock now.
Yeah, forklift.
Gonna try and head him out. That's gonna be a lot of people coming his way.
good
Cleared.
angle.
No?
Good
To
angle.
beat it out. Spotted out.
Ooh.
Yep. The retakes there.
There we go. Another round on the board. Para sa MJB. They avoid Doom dito sa round natin. Very, very good round gonna get in here. Just holding it down dito sa center road. And, yeah. Not much to say about that, in all honesty. Ninkyu just went crazy. Gamit yung kanyang M4 dun.
Yeah. Now BSD. You've started changing the rhythm. They're not sending it anymore, but they wait for the last second to actually send it. Just because of that, right? I think MattJess, they're expecting a much more aggressive approach from BSD here. And that's why they have so many people stacked up towards A. Which is unfortunately for BSD, right? If they do choose to send it with their current formation, they're going to be walking right in the midst of that. Which is several crosshairs in their faces already. So it's going to be a game of exploration for BSD. Unfortunately, we did say this. MJB, they don't have a default setup, so you have to actively find information every time.
Oh, they got lineups. That's good. Coach is gonna send it mid. Immediate flash to the face. Okay, nakuha na si Mika dito. That's not bad news. And KRB getting itong si Clid and Ron with the scope. Ninkyu getting a return kill, pero the numbers are not adding up. Para dito sa MJB, Endeavor is gonna go down and Ninkyu gonna get one in return. And Mexico, where mid-fights just win you the entire round.
Yeah, at this point, you might as well realize that when it comes to Mexico, essentially, mid is the map.
Oh.
First kill for Endeavor here. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, bring back the shotgun, man. Nasaan yung shotgun, bro?
Yeah, give us something fun, right? A change of pace, because these rifles, they're doing a lot, but it's not fun to watch.
I want to see someone blasted. There we go. Clid gets two. That's the power of the M4 sa mapa na to with the amount of boxes and crates. And there we go. Mika's gonna get the last kill. Somehow behind enemy lines. 4-3. MJB, they need to get every single round at this point, man.
Yep. It's gonna be a mess for them because supposedly this is the harder side of the map for BST. And look at that. Push out coming from CKG. Takes on Mika. Ray might be taking a risk here. Look at that. The amount of utility being thrown in their face. Light. Flash out of the open. And never, unfortunately, caught with his pants down. Great timing coming in or that answer back from them. But Mika ready to hold it up. I mean, look at the crossfires being held here. But oh my god, KRB is activated. Gets 3 kills on the board right now. Mika left alone. And it's a 1v2 though. And we've seen 1v2s go the other way quite a bit. Sneaky Frog.
Run should just run. I mean, oh no, the C4 is inside of the site. Ali's occupied and they could flank yung 2 players if they're not aware.
Oh
Ayun lang. Hey, at least they got the C4.
Yeah.
Angle low.
man.
KRB. Oh, KRB, brother. What is going on?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Very simple. Honestly, I have no words. This is possibly the messiest, puggiest map we've ever had so far. And I don't think we're gonna see anything more puggy than what we're watching right now, knowing that MJB, of course, a very aggressive team that not necessarily has a system just yet. And they're only gonna develop further from here. So this is probably the most, I wouldn't say brain dead, right? But at this point, it's kind of just like point and shoot. Yeah. Last round here in our first half, sneaky. And PSG can get one more, then it'll be great once they switch over onto the GR side. Oh, but what's out from Ron? Spraying down, runs out of bullets now in the middle of everything. It is a Mexican standoff again, 1v1. And oh my god, the 4 kills from Ron. Exterminating MJB in the last round of the half.
There we go. BST getting the lead.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the analysis dito. I do not know. God,
Honestly.
Honestly, yeah, it just happened. So watch BST just pull out the most standard defense ever, buddy. Like, you got no one's gonna move. No one's gonna move. They don't have to move. Like, 2 crossfires, you're good.
Hold on to it, you're fine. And that's the thing, right? It kind of scares you. If you're MJB, yeah, you got, what, 4 rounds out of the first half now? What? Okay, Endeavor.
First of all, GKG, it's kind of your fault, man. Cover that one harder. But how is MJB getting this round? There you got a bit of a mistake. Endeavor with a good entry. Pero J-Red inside of Forklift with a lot of cover. But now it's a 1v2. Low dito si Ray. Endeavor, medyo bawas lang. Pero antay muna nila dito yung isang player na magmadali. Oh. Doesn't look the other way, unfortunately.
It's an ugly round. I didn't think it was going to go that way, but surprises happen.
Yeah, I feel like ZKG should have held a bit deeper dito sa may waters, considering his friend was on the anti-flash position. So, yeah, that's how it works. Pero Micah, tamang iwas lang dito sa may alley.
Almost got taken out. There's a lot of damage done actually to Micah. So if they weren't careful, easily punishable for MJB. Now I think BAC, they're resetting here. Slowing it down. A lot slower than that last round. Stick to their guns. It's probably going to be working out for them. But MJB, they're creative. One would even say. They're going to be the first point of contact out here. They're waiting for the peek outs coming in from the VST players. The defense on this site. Now, push out coming in from Ray. Entry flashed out of nowhere. And my god, he somehow stays alive. Takes down one. A second as well here. And MJB just turning the kill feed orange. What in the world is this?
That's more like it. That's an execute galing sa MJB. And I'm actually impressed. Not gonna lie. I mean, 2 players dito sa entrance A, 2 players sa alley, flash sa site, just send it on. And game is possibly over. Out of these to BST. Ron's about to get absolutely shot through the door. And BST gonna lose the lead dito sa round natin. And maybe it is now time for the shotgun action. Kasi that's definitely gonna help with the CQC. And then valid naman yung XM dito sa mapa na to.
Yeah, with the nades here. I think after having lost that kind of round, I think BST, they need to come in with a very good reaction. Never spotting out a couple. Now with the nades out, it's not going to be connecting, doing any damage just yet, but continued spam of the utility just in case they can do some damage. Chip damage not granted to them, but that is information that could be crucial to this round right now. MJB, my god, what are the open 3 people, 3 corpses on the ground right now in the middle of the map. ZKG, he does answer back, but now he's going to be left alone again. A kill coming in from him. The second as well. It's going to be a 1v2. And they know where that C4 is. He could be hunted down right now. He's going to be switching weapons. Hopefully, he can get a time. But look at the movement from Mika. Relocating across the map, joining his fallen comrade. It's going to be a hard one. 20 seconds in, and it doesn't seem that ZKG has any idea. There's a possibility that the rotation has come in. Mika, not spotted out. He is going to be very aware of what's to come on the other side. Double P coming from MJB. Great protocols shown by MattJess B here on Mexico.
Yeah, BST needs to bug it out now at this point. I guess that point of the map na MJB just has full control on center mid every single time. And they're using their flashes really smartly sa mapa na to. And they are just getting caught every single time. Jared na naman nawala dito. KRB almost losing his life sa start ng round. Nades are gonna start to fly, but it's a bit rough, man.
Woo. Now, rough is the right word here, but hey, ZKG is awake. Take down one, Yankee out in the open. Whoever he is, trying to get that movement down, but it's not working out. Seems to me that Mexico is built for the movement that MJB have, dude.
Spain. Spain. Ninkyu, though. I mean, he's definitely having fun dito sa Mexico. Ooh, gets a tap dito kay Ron. Gets si ZKG and BSD looking very uncomfortable pagdating dito sa Mexico. I mean, granted, they had some really good strategies sa kanilang BL side, but MJB, more buggy playstyle has benefited them dito sa Mexico. Just like how I said sa start ng game na to. I really thought that GR would have more benefits sa mapa na to. Pero, ayun nga, with the smoke changes, seems like it's benefited MJB more than anything. Ninkyu, though, taken down immediately. Smoke fades. WKG finally taken down. Pero si J-Red, nabuhay pa nga dito sa round natin. C4 realistically still on that mid side. Endeavor with a good peek. Nakapatong siya dun sa bintana. Ray is gonna be the first one down. C4 is gonna be down. Endeavor nakasilip na nga dito sa may mid door, but he gets taken down anyways. And Ron with a nice shot. Clid trying to clear out the rest of the members here. Pero 1 HP na lang dito si Clid. Babombahan na ba? And there we go. That's the popcorn.
Kobe, answer back from BSD after a while, man. That's something that was very much needed for them. It looked like to me that they've fully lost control of the map, and now having taken that round, I think what they need here, take that lead away, try and convert this into a full sweep right now. Adaptation from BSD might just be enough. I mean, look at this, totally denying that mid control. Do not want to open up a, I wouldn't say is a shooting gallery for MJB in mid. Because of that, like, totally avoiding those puggy fights in the middle of the map is something that could be key here for BSC to be going in. But now the entrance, the full entry coming from MJB. Check out now Mr. KRB. Look at that, spraying down over onto 2. Mamika answering back. It's suddenly going to be Ninkyu all alone. The discipline from BST is reigning supreme right now. Ninkyu trying to stay alive in the middle. Not even going to be able to take cover behind that forklift. That's going to be 7 rounds for BST. And they're fighting back for real.
Here we go. They're punching back. I'm telling you, man. They need to pug it out. And why not pug it out? Dito sa mapa natin. May hurt my eyes, but we have to play it anyways, pare. Endeavor.
No
Ninkyu.
choice.
Wala talaga kayong choice. Kailangan nyo na pasukin itong A-side. J-Red. Bobombahan na nga twice. Bang! Half HP. Oh god, the brain rot's gotten to me. Pero yun nga, half HP dito kay J-Red. Endeavor onside, hindi na napansin. Nako po!
Oh!
J-Red is not forklift certified, pare.
Okay. I have no idea how he got away with that, but right now it's going to be a 3v5, a really tough retake for BSD. And to get some of that damage being done here through the wall. Not going to be connecting any of the bullets here. Look at that push coming in from Ninkyu and Mika. Perfect on the timing now. The double down, the double swing. WKG left to try and clutch it out. There's just way too much to do. That's going to be set point. MattJess B, kaya nyo ba? We're so close to that win.
There we
it
go.
might be map 3.
God damn it, KRB. Ngayon man nilabas yan. Ngayon man nilabas yung XM1014. By the time we're almost over in this game, man. I mean, I guess. Yun nga, siguro. Okay. Alright, let's go. Send it. Send it on towards Waters. Ron, why are you holding it with a sniper without any friends next to you? Flash grenade's gonna go through. Nasa kanila na yung B-site. Ninkyu nakuha na ka ZKG. And it seems like it's smelling like game over unless papasabog dito sa KRB. WKG mahuhulog na rin. And even the observers are having a hard time because that is just the pace of Mexico.
Yep. MattJess B here, winning with the puggy playstyle that they have developed so far. It's very promising for them. Remember, we saw a reverse sweep out of them yesterday. It might be the same thing today, Sneaky.
Mexico, man.
Mexico.
Mexico. Good old Mexico, pare. Always a fun map. Always an interesting map, that's for sure. But ayun nga, no, since we have now arrived dito sa Ankara and they did win dun sa mapa na yun against etong Somsri. So, palay po, diba? There is a chance, there is a shot para dito sa ating MJB na squad. You know, Black Widow, they played it like Black Widows of Pubs. Mexico, they had a bit more setups dito sa mapa na to, that's for sure. And it worked. Ayun nga, Mexico, that's the thing that I was worried about. Against itong BST, who was kind of more used to the more standard way of things dito sa map pool natin. You know, the Black Widows, the compound, siguro yung mga Ankara, kagaya nga natin ito. Pero when it comes to Mexico, man, pag hindi kayo handa makipagsuntukan, then mananakaut kayo, pare.
Yeah, kind of scares me the possibility of a second reverse sweep from MattJess B, and I'd love to be proven wrong, man, because yeah, we did not have the highest expectations out of MattJess B, but we've been wrong yesterday. We've been wrong once. We could be wrong again.
For sure. And then hopefully we are wrong, man. Kasi malay mo, di ba, MattJess, they could be one of those teams na can get away with their style of play dito sa Impact. I mean, yun nga, no, there's so much variety in this tournament that teams like this can definitely shine. And ayun nga, hopefully one more para din sa MattJess, no? As definitely, man, like the amount of support that they have, yun nga, no, from the MattJess family and the rest of Cebu as well, and the Butuan by extension. Na, yun nga, no, there's a lot of people supporting them, man. So I feel like they're kind of powered up para dito sa map number 3 natin.
Yeah, I mean, when you have your loved ones cheering you on, you wanna, do your best, leave nothing in the tank. And having a good start yesterday is definitely a push forward to them. Work even harder to continue that kind of momentum for the group stage. And you gotta respect it, dude. It was a reverse sweep yesterday. They might do the same thing again.
And I'm just checking who is gonna start through. So MattJess is gonna start sa GR side, BL side para dito sa BASTEA LAN gamer. So it's up to probably itong si Ron. It's probably the Ron versus Endeavor duel on the snipers and how that's gonna go. I feel like yung mapa ng Ankara definitely can activate yung more puggish way of style. Especially pagdating dito sa LA, there's definitely ways to fight that very aggressively, no? And I feel like yung MattJess squad natin is one of those teams that can benefit more with the more aggressive style na nakikita natin from their side. And if BASTEA LAN gamer is not prepared, then they could be the second victim dito ng MattJess. But I mean, I can't really take it away galing dito sa BASTEA LAN. They're obviously very uncomfortable sa mapa ng Mexico. They really tried to over-adjust some of the parts of the map gaya ng A side. They kind of left Waters alone, but then it's more of like there's two dudes gonna get to water, one guy's gonna flash, and they're just gonna send it though. And send it they did in Mexico. So, I mean, congratulations to the boys. They got another map win on the board.
And I don't even know what to say, right? This Mexico, it seems to be built for MattJess B, and honestly, I don't think any of the other teams in Impact right now are very excited about playing Mexico in any regard. So now that it has been revealed on stream, the possibility of it being a permaban for all the other teams up against MattJess B might be that happenings.
Yeah, I wouldn't get past yung mga teams natin. To be honest, yung pagpan talaga ng Mexico, I think is a permaban for some of the teams who really don't just want to play it entirely. And especially pagkalaban mo yung mga Cebuano teams and any teams that are in the Visaya sphere dito ng CF, that is always in their pocket yung mapa na to. So yeah, I mean that's it. That's just what you have to expect, man.
Yeah, and this is where I think the beauty of having sort of like regional pride, right? Because then you have scrims between teams of the same region. You practice against each other in the effort of raising up their that region as a whole. Because yeah, you might be scrimming against some of the best, but that also means that there's experience being gained on the other side of that server as well. And it's just the good things that Impact is bringing to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seeing the best of the best, that is for sure. So, Ankara, man, what's the outlook para sa'yo dito? I mean, I think you were the caster ng MJB, right? So, what did the Ankara game look like para sa kanila dito?
There is, well, it was kind of sideways for MJB, but I'm seeing a lot more confidence from them today compared to yesterday. The way that they were playing, the quick adjustments of over, say, compared to yesterday, right? Or even like compared to that first map. It looks a lot better from MJB, and it looks like they have some real game plans going on. And I wouldn't be surprised if they really put in the hours to practice here on Ankara, knowing that it was not necessarily one of their best maps so far. So, being day number 2 of this entire 3-week series of events, the group stage, it's gonna be active development for all the teams, and of course MJB being one of the neophytes in the group stage right now, there's gonna be a lot of pressure for them to try and keep up with the more veteran teams here in Impact.
Yeah. Yun nga, little shout out dito kay Minate, who's in the chat at the moment wanting one. But ayun nga, I think one of I want to point out some individual players dito, no? Dito sa laruan natin. I think the Endeavor kid has a future, man. I think Endeavor, when you put him in like a system, I think his mechanics are really good, and I think ang dami niyang pwedeng i-occupy na role. He could be the entry, he could be the second sniper, he could be he could do so much para sa team niya, kasi he's the everything guy para dito sa MattJess, that's for sure.
Yeah. Playing on the flex role, of course, is something that's very necessary for all the teams, right? Knowing that, say, for example, BST, we've gotten them bring out a triple sniper at some point, and now it seems to me that they just haven't been able to practice too much on Mexico. Either that, or MattJess have just taken their taken them by surprise. Yeah, it was somewhat a close first half, but once MattJess were able to play their game and dictate the pace, once we switched sides, then things went sideways very fast for BST. But yeah, back to your point about the players on MattJess, I think they're right now, their potential is amazing. Right, the sky is the limit for this team, but of course, step number 1 of getting to that limit and surpassing it, pare, comes with practice. It comes with dedication to the game. And now that they're in Impact, they have that venue, that avenue to really work on and make sure that they can truly develop as a team, create that system that is needed, because if they stay on this level and they don't try and improve, then it could be a dead end as well.
Yeah, I realize as well, no, na MattJess produces a lot of like fearless entries, and Ninkyu is definitely one of those, that is for sure. Granted, hindi nga naging the best yung kanyang first game, but when it comes to Mexico, he looked a lot more comfortable pagdating sa laruan natin. So we are gonna have the set summary, of course, and it's actually Ninkyu leading the charge para sa kanyang team, 1.41 kills per round with a 2.18 KD.
Wow!
And for the other side, it was KRB, who should have been on the shotgun the entire time.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of success from KRB. I mean, he had that shotgun on, but man, he didn't do it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray actually did really well as well. I mean, 1.40 KD para dito kay Ray, 11 AP. Not too bad. He went kind of under the radar, no? It's pretty hard to point out players pag nandito sa Mexico, kasi the gameplay is literally, the gameplay is literally, ang tawag dito, burst, and then whoever wins yung fist fight dun sa burst wins the round. So it's just burst. And it's actually si Ray stealing the MVP galing dito kay Ninkyu. So there's gonna be an argument for sure mamaya.
Oh yeah. There's definitely gonna be
like,
one.
I should have been it.
It should have been me.
It should have been me. Pero okay lang naman yan. I think Ray definitely was a valid guy. He's done a really good job supporting itong si Ninkyu sa kanyang laruan. And then now we go into map 3, an actual map, which is Ankara.
Thank God.
Wonder if they can replicate the exact same thing, pare. I think the map is already big enough na ayun nga, titignan natin if they can handle the exact same thing, because it's a pretty big map, man. And if you don't check your corners, if you don't check the right positions, then your offense can definitely fall apart in an instant dito, pare.
Yeah. And I think, of course, we talked about the playstyle for MJB, which is very puggy. They're just working out on Mexico. The problem is when you go to a more normal map, then they need to start worrying about the macro again, right? And some of the parts that are at least very apparent, right, when it comes to playing up against MJB, is the fact that they kind of have the tendency to just walk out without any utility, and that's easily punishable by the snipers on the side of BST. When you think about it.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully BST, no, I think it still could be a good game para dito kay Ron. Ayun nga, that could definitely be the difference maker, no, dito sa laruan natin. But ayun nga, I think para dito sa side ng BST, they just need to reconvene, man. They just need to reconvene. They're like, guys, whatever happened dun sa mapa na yun, then ayun nga, we just need to forget about it. Ayun nga, another shoutout dito kay Kim. Shoutout din, inggit ako.
Apparently, happy birthday daw.
Malapit ka na dun, Sab. It's like a month away. Turning 25. My back already hurts. Pero yun nga, Ninkyu, KRB, ZKG, first 3 kills of the round and first 3 kills of the game. And nagkakagulo na nga tayo dito sa Ankara.
Yeah. Going full speed, I think MJB, they want to just take that momentum all the way through. Unfortunately for them, they've lost more than they've gained here. And the heavy push from BST over towards Hotel is something that was, it's possibly punishable if MJB had a better setup, right, on LB, but the problem was it was just not there. And out of all that, they've actually inserted ZKG, who is not expected on this angle. Takes down one, a second, maybe the third. Clid. Oh my god! They did not even need to put that C4 down. Full control from ZKG. And there, that is exactly what the macro is for the side of BST. When you have a map like this, a more normal map, then the macro from BST just runs around MJB here.
That's a funny sight, though. They just walk in one by one. They're like, yo, it's my turn, man. Pero yun nga. Yeah. That happened. There we go. LA push is what I was expecting. Galing dito sa MJB. Send it, brother. Send it. Why not? Meron ng tao dito sa may Miniter. Or babaan ng Miniter, rather. And that's a good angle to hold. That will cancel out itong A-take. Na gusto na sana gawin ng BST. But BST is like similar sa Black Widow. They're just waiting.
The world is this, yeah. But MJB don't have those small restricted parts of the map, right? That you can really expect maybe 1 or 2 people in there. Hindi na pwede magawa yung suntukan na usually ginagawa nila on Mexico. No, this change of pace out of BASTEA LAN Gamer, and the fact that we've changed maps to a map that is essentially completely the opposite of Mexico, they seem to have been caught with a little bit of whiplash, you know, hitting the brakes a little too hard.
There you go. We're on with the first shot dito by Endeavor. Taking out the best player already, and VST.
Wow!
Yun na nga, the 5-man push sa isang side lang mapa. Very, very nice.
It's so clean. This is where your experience as a team comes in. The protocol is perfect. And look at that. A perfect round out of BST. Not a single life wasted. 2 rounds now. 2 rounds deep for BASTEA LAN Gamer here. They want to close it out this time, but you know, unfortunately for MJB, we saw that they do have the opportunity to adjust, to make those adjustments, change up the rhythm a little bit. The problem is, pare, for MJB is they're a little bit slow on the uptake, probably because as well that because of the fact rather that they don't really have the protocols ironed out just yet for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yun lang, they forgot na MJB yung kalaban nila doon. For 1 second, play this here. Oh no! ZKG, ano nangyari doon? What just happened? Ano nangyari? Alright. Alright, ayan na nga. Bang, 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 bang. J-Red does get another one on the board. WKG!
Whoa!
Instead, it is J-Red popping off, and WKG gets the last one. Alright, hear me out. Ay na-discover ako recently with the AUG and the SG553. Apparently, the crouch spray accuracy on those guns is insane.
Oh,
So,
really?
if anyone's watching this stream from both of these teams, one of you guys pull it out, please. Storage muna kayo for a second. Oh! Alright, they're just five-manning.
Yeah.
They're just like five-manning all across the map, pare.
They're playing MattJess's game, and they're doing it better right now. So it's gonna be Mika and Clid. Be five
If I was
right
MattJess,
now.
I would do the exact same things the next half, pare.
Yeah, why not? The problem is whether or not they can get any kind of rounds here, Clid. 2 kills now, a little bit less threats on the map, but the problem is you got 3 more to deal with. Nate's all up in your face,
Oh
can't
my
see a single
God.
thing. The smokes as well, separating you from the rest of society. And here, the bomb down as well. So much to cover, too many angles to cover. That's it. BST with a 4th.
Yep. And are they gonna do it again? Tignan natin. Nah, they've learned. They've learned. Instead, they're just probably just gonna send it to A and or to mid. It's a 3-man long take. I mean, meron na nakabantay dito. So if I was MattJess, I'd be careful.
Oh,
Yup. There we go. Yun lang. They're, I think they should just fight it long, no? Yung BST?
yeah, maybe.
I think
Kirby's trying to
5v3.
get a
I mean,
time
4v3.
here. Oh, no way. Great out, though. And KRB. Put in a bit of a clutch position. Takes down 1. Maybe the
Oh.
second as well. We'll see. Look at the damage
Endeavor's
he's
gonna
done.
send it.
Endeavor's in the front. He sees him. That's it. Utility being thrown out as well. Again, the diligence from BST. Right? They know how to use the utility, not depending solely on their guns. And because of that, they're more often not able to turn these kinds of situations around. But not this time. Endeavor denies that 2v1 clutch, and MattJess B finally stopped the bleeding. Sneaky.
Mhm. There we go. What's the response para sa BST? Still the exact same thing. MJB, I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna go for the long push again. And that they do. They look at them, they just keep going. Oh my god. Are they gonna take CA control? Yes, they would. And this is the right response. Problema nga lang, pabalik na dito yung MJB. They're like, mag-U-turn muna tayo dito sa CA. Di nila makukuha si Ray dito. Ray Ononio, HP Mika with the face-to-face dito kay WKG. And Mika on 1 HP. Not a bad situation para sa MJB, man. They can just sit back. But sitting back is not part of their prerogative, pare.
Nope. Not their usual. And the problem here is they don't. Could be opening up quite a lot here. I mean, A site is very, very open. Ron has a great position here playing as a sniper. There's no smoke to be spoken of, and the gamble from MJB is unfortunately incorrect. But Clid is very close to the site.
Okay, Kato. No, they missed the shot.
That's unfortunate. It's gonna be a hard one. Not even on the site now. They got the information.
They should keep in mind that Glid's gonna keep fighting. He doesn't give a single heck. See? I've seen it from a mile away, Josh.
And BSC, they're very cautious right now. Don't know if there's going to be a second push out, knowing that, of course, the behavior of MJB that we've seen over the last few maps, or even
They're checking
the
their
last few
behind.
series. They got to check everything because they don't know. There's so much time that's being used up. But unfortunately for MJB, BSC are kind of one step ahead. They've inserted Ron here. They're trying to get those kills. If he does get one, then it will be enough of a distraction for MJB to leave A all the way open. But his push out from tunnel might be the tool that BST need. KRB, first point of contact here, and look at that. The pressure alleviated on LA. Little bit of a read here. And if BST don't get a move on, it's going to be a very bad one. It's not going to be fun. Push out, Kamiya and KRB spotted out in the open. Q takes down Jared. He's going to be alone. Plants that bomb.
Oh!
But he has to stay alive. He gets one Q for the second, and Ron is all the way on the wrong
They
side
don't
of
know.
the map, Sneaky.
Do they know?
They have
Might
no
be
idea.
no.
They have to check all these corners.
Do they?
They do.
Oh, they're gonna
Damage.
defuse.
Oh, and that's it. A little bit wrong on the spacing. BST too far away. And the clutch could not be done. MJB get their second round.
If it, man. I'm gonna just start cheering for MJB at this point. I mean, BST, they're so afraid na there is like a flank happening at all times. And look at this, man! 4-man second mid gameplay!
No.
And mag-aaway sila dito sa big door. Mag-aaway na nga sa market. Nagkaawayan na nga dito sa palengke. Mika, nahulog na nga dito. Second mid still underway pero pa nakapasok na sa hotel.
Oh my
KRB, WKG gets 2 down. And there we go.
And look at that behavior. After getting those 3, even if they do have the man advantage, they don't send it. You gotta worry about different parts of the map, just in case there's a flank. And because of this little reset, because of that quiet, the sudden silence out of BST, MGB, they're left guessing. They have to split up, worry about different parts of the map here. And Endeavor is going to be feeling the brunt of this push. Clid, unfortunately, not going to be able to connect any of those shots. That's going to be the run for BST. They know that the site's going to be wide open, and it's going to be Endeavor trying to rotate off, trying to find the way inside of the site. But luckily for him, the plant has not commenced just yet, so he does have time. J Red put out in the open. Endeavor out through that window right now. Nade's now going to be brought out. Endeavor taking matters into his own hands, but Ron takes him down. One shot chrome to the dome, and that's BST with 6.
There we go. 5 and 2. BSD, they sent it to B site and they somehow won the 4v4. This is dipping my mental down ba, this entire series. Oh, there you go. The WKG, they just sent it. Feeling ko yung ginagawa na ngayon dito ng BSD, Josh. Parang sinasagot na lang nila yung brain rot na ginagawa dito ng MJBN. It's a just response. It's a just response. Endeavor. Naka po, naka 200 armor dito si Endeavor, pare.
Bro has plot armor, man. That's what it is. Know how he's still alive now. Push out coming from him. Oh my god, what? Ooh. He kills WKG
at
here.
Dyan, pwede ka na sa MattJess main team.
That's gonna be a hard one. Napakababa ng health ni Endeavor right now, but they do have the bomb down.
Someone check behind you guys.
Pakahirap, pare. And look at that. They have forgotten about the map. They've forgotten about Log and MJB. Steal that round away from them.
Oh my god. Wait, MJB can win this one.
It's looking possible, man. We've seen it before. We've seen upsets like this yesterday. And MJB, if they win this, that's a very new precedent. Being a new team here, the neophytes in Impact, opening it up like this. Oh my god!
Oh my god, Ray!
Takes down 3. Not a single thing seen here. BSC, they blink and suddenly they've been finished. Now it's Ron. C4 out in the open. He's getting flanked out from the other side. He needs to get this kill onto Mika. Otherwise, it's going to be curtains for him. But going to be pushing on forward despite all that smoke. C4 inside the smoke, luckily for him. But he has to be very careful. Switch it up for the rifle here. Timing going to be taken. Weary of the different angle that could be
They're gonna send it to
out here. Ron answering back and never out in the open. And that's it. Another round for MJB out of nowhere. I did not see that coming.
I feel like they knew na VST, especially for the last round, they're just gonna do the thing that kind of won them a lot of rounds dito sa game natin, which is just send it dito sa hotel and hope for the best. And they also sent it and hope for the best. So let's see how does the BST side respond. And Endeavor, I like this though. Parang nagpapanis sila kasi gustong gawin ng BST. They want to match the pace. Kaso yun lang, alam na ng MJB. Is this the MJB hidden strat? Produce the brain rot and let them push forward na ko po. ZKG at Ron, masyado na kayo magaling for that one.
It's gonna be a hard one, man. Having lost those 2 players, at MJB, the kind of team that just throws the full strength in your face, it's not gonna be fun for BST on the GR side.
Wait, this is the Wolf Empire setup, pare.
It is.
This is weird.
I don't
This
understand.
Ice Cube's position dito kay Endeavor.
No shot.
And Rambo dun sa A side. Mika's gonna get him. Di pa tapos. Meron palang kasama itong si Endeavor dito sa mid. And there we go. MJB is winnable. I'm telling you, man. What if the pub team is just good? What if we were wrong the entire time?
I'd love to be proven wrong. Now the rotation gonna be coming in. KRB takes on Endeavor, checks that window. Mika will fall. It's gonna be a 2v3. Somehow they're still alive here. There's so little time left. 16 seconds and counting here. J-Red, they have to choose when to go. They're running out of time. Clid up on the slope in the stair. Not gonna be checked out. Ray gonna be good for one, and it's J-Red alone. There's so many people on the other side. And MJB, they tie it up in the last possible second.
5-5. MattJess B is doing it dito sa ating PL side ng Ankara. And I'm telling you, man, when it comes to that PL side, it's a lot more winnable para sa kanila dito. And Endeavor, Ray, naded at the start of the round, but do they care? They're just gonna keep pushing. Dito sa A side, no smoke, no nothing. J-Red confused. Bakit walang smoke sa harap ng EA? But that's just how MattJess B plays. ZKG getting itong si Mika as they do know that he was there prior. Nades and flashes are gonna start to rain. A side, they need to get the C4 down as fast as possible bago pa makarespond dito yung BST.
And for the first time in a while, we're seeing a real manpower advantage for the side of BST. They can isolate these fights and use that manpower advantage that they have. Would be great for them. But now look at the nades being thrown out. A couple of different entrances being covered here by MJB. Ron takes out Ray. It's too many people on the other side. BST, finally, we're seeing something out of them. We're seeing them fight back.
Yeah, they're not dying to start ng round. So that's a plus. Also, they caught itong si they caught si Mika dito sa may mid side, so that just kind of helps them with the retake. Plus, you get CA control. So, ano na ngayon yung setup dito na BST? 6-5. And hindi na nila ipipick dito. They know Endeavor is holding this position, man.
Should be expecting it. He has been very confident in holding these angles at the start of the round, and this time, BST, they haven't been really activating Ron to actively try and punish Endeavor for the hijinks that he's been up to. But they've slowed it down, MJB. A lot slower than we're used to. And this lurk again from Mika, there's the possibility of catching one off and giving them a little bit more information, a little bit of an idea of how many people are on the sites. Looks like they might just send it here. Mika backing off for that flank. And this double sniper setup from BST should be something that is confidently held on to, right? When you're on the defense. When you're playing on the GR side, the double sniper is something that is easily punishable, so you don't want to over-exert the effort. Don't want to over-push. Now MJB opening it up. Couple of kills going their way. A sites on the wraps right now.
Here we go. 2 picks off.
Oh,
and
my.
Micah just keeps on going. Doesn't stop whatsoever, and I'm surprised that hindi yun in-expect ng BST. I mean, they were kind of looking for it, but they weren't expecting Micah to push this late in the bomb timer. So MJB, that's an easy defense. You just put 2 people to A site, and that just does it for you. 6-6. And let's see. This close game 3, my friend. This is either overtime or someone's just gonna streak and start winning.
And that's a frightening prospect for BST here. They've lost control of this series. They lost the second map, which should have been theirs. Now, because of that, starting to feel that desperation. And MJB, the more rounds you play, we're seeing much more confidence out of them. And I think the system is slowly taking hold. With Clid falling at the hands of WKG, well, that was quick. Yep.
Mm-hmm. If you guys don't know, if hindi kayo familiar, no, sa pub pacing dito sa Pilipinas, this is exactly how it goes every single time. This is not even like bet game type of stuff na nangyayari. Actually, it is kasi bet game is more bursty. But yeah, this is kind of how it looks like, no. This is good for you, Josh, kasi alam mo naman how, like, now you know how what it happens on higher tier level gameplay dito sa Pilipinas. Mika, of course, na po nagpapaulan ng bala galing dito sa 2F. 7-6. MattJess putukan.
What in the world are we witnessing, Sneaky? These guys, they've lost it. They lost control. And now,
I've lost it.
I mean, honestly, the way that Mika's always getting these times, no. Wait, that first frag.
No.
With Mika gone, now they only need to worry about one side of the map. And here,
What?
that's going to be
How did we
answering
get
back.
that?
That's one of the
What do you
keys to the
mean?
victory of MJB right now, down. So they have to think of a
Yeah.
different plan. Ray answering back, taking that kill, and look how far forward Ninq was. Not expected at that angle.
Yeah, this is over, my friend. This is over. Both players on A side. By the way, guys, I'm not laughing at Mika because he died in say yellow, because that's the exact same way how I died checking the EA for a sniper. So it's just a funny memory para sa akin. J-Red though, getting two. Oh, what a shotgun against ZKG! Endeavor, the top frag, the main character para dito sa MattJess Butuan. Titignan natin kung ano yung mga clutch. 13 seconds left on the shot
Oh
clock.
my
Ako
God,
po, Endeavor,
Endeavor.
inuna na dito si J-Red. Pero ZKG, naka-pistol na nga. One tap, Colt. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Is there time?
1. Abot yata, abot yata, abot yata.
Oh!
Mukhang hindi. 8-6, MattJess P. Just like how I said it, tong 6-6 yung score here, Josh. Either
Grabe.
it is gonna be an overtime or one team's gonna streak, and it looks like MattJess P has the handle of things.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. They've been spending all this time to ramp up now, trying to read into how BST have been playing, and now they finally got their number. They checked the phone records, checked the directory, the yellow pages. Now everything's in their control. Flash out to make some Q, checking out that corner. Now a couple of kills going this way for MJB, and they're poised for victory right now. They are in flow state. It's gonna be a hard stop here for BST. They've ground to a halt right now in MJB, man. They're looking well in form, and it's gonna be a hard thing to stop.
There we go. Back to the site. And yun na nga, nagpatukan na nga dito sa box natin. Mika gonna get ZKG. This is looking like GG's for the side of BST. And 9-6. NJB, I feel like they've just possessed itong BST, and they're like, even BST is just, they don't know what's happening at this point, pare.
Yeah, they seem to be lost right now.
They're lost
Haven't
in
been
the
able to
sauce.
make any idea what the hell is going on the side of MJB. But it's working. All right, if it's weird but it works, then it's still working. And now Ron, getting that first frag over onto Ray might be an advantage that they can take. But the problem is, man, Sneaky, we've been seeing this so many times, right? Even if MJB they lose that first kill, that not necessarily turns that round on its head. They have that kind of confidence to just disrespect boundaries. And now Mika taking down 2, equalizing the numbers here for the side of MJB with Clid, the off angle, covered. And the smoke's up as well. There's going to be so much delay for MattJess B. Waiting for that retake to happen. Coming to
here comes
control.
Micah.
Ninq spraying down over onto the other side. Double kill coming from Ninq. ZKG, last man standing. Then upset from MattJess B in the worst right now. Counting down the seconds, and that's it. The reverse sweep happening 2 days in a row, Sneaky. MattJess B. These guys, they're the real deal.
I gotta applaud this team, man, because grabe. They have to be the most unexpected team. And the way that they play is nowhere close to clean. But it works against BST. Grabe, MattJess Butuan does it again and again and again. It was 1 against Omsri, 1 against BASTEA LAN Gamer this time. Grabe naman yun. I mean, if they can win with this style, then who am I to tell them otherwise, pare? Why not? Keep it going.
Yeah. And you gotta respect it. If it works, it works. And if anyone can make it work, dude, these guys, the underdogs of the season. I did not see this coming, and they've lost the first map again and again, right? But they always come out with a reverse sweep. That's 2 days in a row that it's happened. I would not be surprised if they can do this and replicate it throughout the entire season. And this kind of adaptation, the kind of form, the pace at which they're developing MattJess B, they're looking so good. I would not be surprised if by the end of this season, at the end of the group stage, they're looking like the same level as the top contenders in Impact.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, yun nga, no, with their unique style, the more aggressive style, very buggy style, feeling ko hindi yata in-expect ng BST na they would be entering today's games with like a team that really doesn't play like any other team needs impact. And it works. Yun nga, kaya na sinabi ko, if it works, then who am I to say, or who am I na sabihan ko itong matches be na yun nga, no, hindi ko magkali-style na. If it works para sa kanila, then why not? Keep it going, man. You guys are 2-0, dito sa group stage, and ayun nga, like, who am I to tell the otherwise? So, congratulations dito sa kanila, and BASTEA LAN Gamer, unfortunately, has been handed their second loss dito sa group stage natin. Yeah, the team, after ng 6-7, I feel like they just disappeared sa mapa natin.
Yeah. I mean, things went sideways so fast, and even on Mexico, right? I think the full momentum that was there. Not to mention the mental warfare, the amount of mental strain that they needed to even survive Mexico, dude.
Yeah.
If you were in Basti's shoes there on Mexico, I honestly I'd put down my mouse, I'd walk away. Okay, because the way the MattJess did it, they did it so well. I don't even know how to counter that kind of pace.
Yeah, it's really hard to counter yung ganun na pace, no? Especially like me personally, I've experienced playing against these types of teams, and especially pag nakuha na nga nila yung momentum, when they get the roll of things, it's kind of just hard to stop. Kasi I think the usual answer, right, is to play them face to face, but then they also play you face to face, and they're kind of used to that kind of pacing. So, ayun nga, like what can you do about it kung kaya yung BST dito? It's something that it's a hard pill to swallow kung kaya yung BST. But yeah, you guys got beat by a puppy. And yeah, congratulations dito sa MJB, man. I mean, Endeavor is looking really freaking good. If MattJess is looking for a new member dito sa kanilang main roster, it definitely should come from dito sa MJB kasi ayun nga, with the pace that they play at dun sa kanilang main team, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these players got promoted. My bet is itong si Endeavor, man. This kid is really freaking.
And I mean, the flexibility of Endeavor as a player, right? He has the ability to pick up that sniper, do some ungodly things with it, and switch over to the rifler and still give that kind of impact as a player, right? Playing as whether it's or not it's the anchor or the entry, this guy doesn't care. He will do it, and he will do it with great success.
Like, I thought it was over, man, when this happened. But yun nga, PL-sided team, I guess.
True. My gosh. Honestly, they just moved so fast here that you would never know how to even respond, right? As soon as the next round starts, already in your face, zero respect for anything. I mean, even when they were down a man, right? I mentioned this before, but I don't think I was able to fully form that thought because of what was happening on the map. But MattJess, even if they lose that first fight, even if they're down a player, they will still fully send it in your face. And that's something that BASTEA LAN Gamer was not ready for time and time again. Like this. They had that man advantage, but Mika kept flanking. They did not rejoin forces. They just continued pushing up on different parts of the map. And because of that, right, the BST, expecting quote-unquote normal crossfire gameplay out of MattJess, they got surprised. They had no idea what the hell was going on.
That was anything but normal. Pero yun nga, no, if you are not prepared to go up against the Filipino style, the Bisaya style of crossfire to be specific, pare, then yun nga, no, you guys are just gonna get rolled over. And especially with the amount of momentum na nakuha dito ng MattJess in map number 2, I really feel like they kind of were feeding it. Pumunta nga dito sa map 3, no? And it's a really nice recovery actually galing dito sa side ng MJB where they were down 0-4 sa start ng game, and you know, it was kind of a hard climb para makabalik dito sa para mapantayan nila yung score dito sa first half. But then second half was a different story entirely. And ayun nga, it's still quite a turnaround para sa kanila dito. It's they did it very, very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at that point, it's maybe not even a turnaround. Right? You'd call it a drift, man. These guys, it's like they held on to a pole, turned the other direction, and suddenly the map's in their favor. Suddenly, there was no answer for BASTEA LAN Gamer. And as you can see, once we switched sides, once they were on the BL side, by God, the MJB, they did not take their foot off the pedal.
Yeah. And if you are the side of BST, mapapasabi ka na lang ng BASTEA LAN. That's for sure
Yeah.
after that series. So hopefully makaka-recover sila in the next few games. And ayun nga, hopefully we do see something galing dito sa BASTEA. Kasi honestly, they're a really good team, man. I mean, KRB is performing really well, J-Red's performing really well, Ron was hitting some nice shots, ZKG was finding opportunities, WKG was a very solid support. So, ayun nga, maybe it's just a stylistic choice that they got absolutely beaten to the pod dito sa Ankara. And I saw nakita ko yung Vito, no? They banned sub-base, so that is one of the few maps na MJB really does well on. So, MVP is gonna be Nian-Q. Let's ignore natin yung set 1, but set 2 and set 3 was really freaking good para dito sa MJB.
Yeah. I mean, his results on our first map in the series not necessarily the best, but of course the couple last sets, set 2, set 3, the numbers don't lie, man. And it's kind of the same story, the same as yesterday. They got beat up. Map number 1, they adjust, they adapt. I would at this point call it the MattJess B download. And after downloading, so to speak, the game style of your opposing team, when it comes to set 2, when it gets to set 3, that's where they really turn up.
Yeah, for sure. And turn up they did, man. I mean, look at these stats galing kay Nian-Q, bro. He did not get the MVP dito set 2, but I think it kind of carried into set 3 yung kanya momentum dito. And of course, the match result is gonna be set 1, Black Widow. MJB, guys need to work on your Black Widow. So, yun nga, no, maybe granted, kayo nga talaga yung aggressive team dito, but I think Basti was kind of expecting it. Siguro more focus dito sa mga setups nyo dito sa LA. Yun nga, I think you guys should try to look at yung baka boards dito ng SGJ where how they look connected, no? Pagdating sa kanilang baka long play. And I guess just needs a bit of work para dito sa... Actually, hindi. I think Endeavor could still play the exact same, but I feel like he needs to pick his fights better, especially pagdating sa midside ng Black Widow. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, set 2, set 3 was entirely theirs. But, yeah, just a bit more work dito sa Black Widow and they can have that downloaded, basically.
Yeah, that's a true, very, very true for MattJess B. I think also, right, if this keeps going on like this, eventually we're going to really discover how MattJess B are playing. And that map pool just seems to be continuing to grow, right? They're one of the few teams that has a very solid Mexico, or at least the willingness to actually pick Mexico on purpose. But yeah, I think the more normal maps are the ones that they need to worry about, right? The flexibility of this team being able to play at a breakneck pace, right, hit it up to 300 miles per hour, is it's definitely a force to be reckoned with. But they need flexibility, right? In order to get to the highest level, you need to have different looks. You need to be able to keep up with the pace of your opposing team. Because you're not always going to get to play at your chosen pace. But with that being said, of course, congratulations, MJB. 2 days in a row of upsets for these guys. You got to respect them. It's going to be me, Suave, here with Sneaky Frog. When we're back, last series of the day, we're going to be going to a quick break. See you guys in a bit.